Okay, hello again. I'm kinda speed running the videos and trying to give you the best and the most amount of knowledge in the shortest period. So today I'm gonna start with liquidity, and the next video is gonna be about models that we're gonna need in our trading process. Okay, so let's get started directly. No time to waste. So starting with um external liquidity and internal liquidity. Okay, so what is liquidity? So let's say market is creating these positions. Okay, let's make it thicker. Okay, low highs, new, 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 new. Okay, so how support and resistance traders or retailers trade? You just wait for the market to break this or break this high and then retest and then they enter longs from here. But we don't do that. We wait for this orders to get swept. Those are limit orders. Like those retailers are gonna enter here, setting 10, 20 points or whatever, setting a stop loss here and entries here. Market just gonna sweep that high and just rape them and keep continuing down after taking them out of the market. So that's liquidity. So what are the types of liquidity that we have? We have price-based liquidity, time-based liquidity, and internal and external liquidity. Internal liquidity and external are maybe the simplest among them. Wait, no, actually time-based is simpler, but let's start with that. Okay, so as we said, market either it's going up like that or going down. So while market going up, those are gonna be the target liquidities. So this is gonna be external liquidities that we wanna go for. And this, which is fair value gaps, PD arrays, whatever, are gonna be our internal liquidities that we want to sweep or enter of, targeting those external liquidities. So every time we're going in the market, try to identify where's the external liquidity I'm going for so I can set my targets and try to predict where's the next move is going to be. Yeah, let's go and see a live example. If you notice that, the fuck is happening? Wait, yeah. If you notice that, I'm always going for the same charts, the same week, trying to show you as much as examples on the same week. Okay, so that's a liquidity, and that's a liquidity, and that's a liquidity. Three liquidities. I want to go back in time. Oh my god. Okay, let's just scale down. So I took that long. Wait, let me show you. Here. I took that long from here to here. After sweeping liquidity, I didn't short, but it was like a clear position. Then I used the model that we call it SDM in my mentorship to long from here. I'm not gonna teach that, but you don't need it. You just need whatever I'm gonna teach you here to make it till profitability. Okay, so let's get back. So how did I take that? I know that we have equal highs here. Market didn't sweep here the highs yet. And we want to target those external liquidities, double liquidity. So if we have a high like that, then another high. That's not one liquidity right now. That's two. Okay. I'm gonna explain the time based later. So let's start. Okay, going to the 15-minute, what we can see, fair value gap. That's an internal liquidity. That's a liquidity we want to tap or sweep in before going up. Fair value gap again. Okay, I didn't talk about those 50% yet, but that was the entry based off going to the 15-minute. Yeah, aligned with the fair value gap. That's an internal liquidity I want to take. Sweeping the previous candle, that's turtle soup. I didn't talk about it yet, but if you know it, you know it. I'm gonna explain it later. And yeah, turtle souping the previous, targeting the external liquidity. Yeah, basically as that. That's basically the bias. Okay, let's get back. So, what is time-based liquidity? Sessions, previous day highs and lows, cycles. The one that we're gonna talk about in that bootcamp is sessions and previous day highs and lows, because those are the ones that I found interesting the most. Um, Maybe cycles, but only at specific time zones. So let's start. Let's use our session. Okay, so basically, as far as I can remember, that was the previous day high, and that was the Asia session, in which, as you can see, London swept the lows of Asia session. We did that too here. So there's no external liquidity that we want to go for anymore. We just want to go to internals. Okay, we did a market structure shift to the upside. Then we tracing to the internal liquidity, targeting what? Targeting what? Those double highs. Because we failed to sweep them. Did we? Yeah, we did. We failed to sweep them. So that's a time-based liquidity. Sessions, Asia session, London session, New York session. So after sweeping those highs, that's Asia session. Can you see that? After sweeping Asia low, then going to Asia high and sweeping Asia high. That's not gonna happen every time, but it happens a lot. So I have to understand how the market actually moves. Okay, so yeah, that's the time-based sessions. That's how it works. With SMT, you can short that. Yeah, we had SMT here. So yeah, with SMT, you can easily short that. Okay, what else is considered time-based liquidity? Previous days, previous day highs and lows. I want to find a clear example, but there's none here. Wait. Okay, that's not a perfect example, but let's see. That's a daily candle high. It's not literally the previous day high, but we actually going up. So we swept this day high and we're targeting the day low of this one. So if we scale down, we can see the other confluence that I took that trade off, which was here on 8, sweeping the previous day high. It's not literally the previous day high, but the previous high. We can call that a time based and a price based level, since it's not only time. And targeting what? Lows. Can you see what happened when we swept the low of the day? We printed like 100 points. So if you have a level around here, you can take a longs. Yeah, so that's basically it. So what is a price based level? It's just any liquidity that you can spot on the charts, um, using a high time frame like a 15-minute or 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. You choose. Depends on the strategy, on whatever you're using. Um, Anything else? Yeah, on low time frames you can use liquidities, but just as a confluence, like to make your like to confirm the idea of the trade that you have. probably in turtle soups that I'm gonna explain in the models video. But yeah, for now, that's all of it. So you have a homework. As I said in the previous video, your homework was to spot all the PD arrays that I taught you. Um, that supposedly you have actually watched ICT already, but if you didn't, I did like a small summary. Your homework right now is to spot as many as liquidity that you can see on the market and see how market reacts of it after sweeping. Either it's external and internal, either it's previous day highs and lows, or price based liquidity. Okay. Yeah, that's it for now, and yeah, peace.